Hello, I'm Suzanne from Boat Shed, and today we're going to have a look at this Macwester. We'll start off in the cockpit. As you can see, there is a bespoke ship's table, and it also doubles up as the companionway, though it probably is the companionway door that doubles up more than the table. A very ingenious little device. Look at the winches, got the cleats on the side there. It's a very spacious cockpit given the size of boat. You will see from my still shots the navigational gear. We've elected to put that away at the moment given the potential for rain. Here we have the tiller. On the back there is a swim ladder and bracket for an outboard. Here we have Dan Boy. We're looking up the port side at the moment. And you'll see that the halyards are run to the cockpit. There's a couple of clutches there. And as we move forwards, the boat has recently had its coach roof and side decks painted. She does look rather nice. I was quite taken by the companionway coach roof hatch partner. Adds to the charm and the character of this traditional vessel. We've got grips here for when you board the boat. Moving along to the foredeck, which is quite spacious. It is quite easy getting around the side decks and the foredeck of this boat. You feel quite safe. Here we have the windlass, which is it's a Tigress winch. The anchor, and you can get the general setup there. There's the anchor roller and the headsail fittings. Have a look at the master base, give you a general idea of the setup and how she's rigged. We'll look up the mast, looking forward all the way up to the wind vane, which I've got a close-up shot of, and the still shots, and go around to the aft side. All in all, I think this is a very pretty boat, which would be suitable for either somebody starting their sailing career, or indeed somebody who wants to trade down and enjoy some weekend sailing still.
This sail went back 3 years ago to Arran and has had new tapes put on those two ends and a new cringle and leather work, and new stitching throughout, and a new ultraviolet strip down the entire sail. While it was there for the repair, it was laundered. Will it open there? It has no patches, and it's this clean. Pull it right out flat, that's it. There you can see the ultraviolet strip and the colour of the sail and the fact that it's got no patches. Okay.
Now I've just exposed the engine bay, and the owner is going to give an explanation as to the workings of the engine.
The engine itself is air cooled. You can see at the bottom there is a fan in the middle of the flywheel that sucks air. That's the fan there, and that sucks air through the blue cowling that you see over the fins of the engine, rather like a Lambretta scooter, and the air blows out the back to where the temperature gauge is in one of the still shots. The Jabsco water pump simply picks up water and dumps it into the exhaust pipe after the top bend, so it can't hydraulic back onto the piston, it can only flow downhill. And there's a maze box and a Vita silencer box. If you look down to the left, you can now see a small battery charger that's wired into the loom, and the wire goes across in the bilge of the boat to the other side. Well, you can't see it at the moment, but in that compartment there's a 13 amp socket. So what you've got is an engine which you don't have to service in the winter. You just stop boating and leave it. There's nothing to drain, it's air cooled, and you simply turn off the water supply to the Jabsco, which feeds the exhaust pipe.
The owner is leaving some tools on board, and he's just going to go over what he's got and why.
There is a complete replacement impeller kit and gasket and lubricant for the Jabsco that draws the water for the exhaust cooling. There are some spare old and brand new drive belt parts. This can be taken apart into as many links as you want and joined into a broken belt, or you can stretch or reduce a belt by adding or taking away one, so you've got spares there for your drive belt for the engine. There are brand new switches here that would replace any of the switches here. They're looking a bit rusty. They work, but they go rusty quite quickly. In fact, this one's brand new, it's got rust on it already. Fuses, they're mainly for in the end of the cigarette lighter plugs on the nav board. And then there's a box of screwdrivers, there's one missing, but there's a whole load of small screwdriver sockets. What have we got here? Spare end for the outboard, which is working perfectly, but it just happens to be an extra one from somewhere. Some stainless, they're stainless steel bolts that were surplus to what I got for fixing the rudder, the tiller to the rudder. A few cable ties, that's it.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Okay.
Now we're going to have a look at the interior as we walk down the steps. Notice the grip, and we've got carpet on the sole, and we look forward to the forward cabin there. The boat really is quite well designed. You've got a galley here with a 2-burner cooker on the starboard side and a grill under. There's also storage space below and places for you to stow your cups and crockery. There's a window just above the sink. We have an area here which is a handiwork surface. You put your bits and pieces up there. See a fire extinguisher, little towel rail holders, and then a very generous sized cupboard for your pots and pans. And below the sink there is one of these portable fridges. So that's all on the starboard side. Here is the main fuse box and switches, and then running around to the port side you can see a good sized saloon and table. The table of course has another pole, a shorter pole, which allows for it to act as an insert together with another cushion. You can then make up a double berth. A pretty little porthole window there. And here you've got proper plugs which allows for connection of your navigational gear. Here we have the switch for the fridge and the bilge. The bilge you can have on automatic or elect to make it pump, and then just hidden away is the amp meter. As we move forward, we've got our heads with a marine toilet, little porthole window again, fire extinguisher and light, and then moving forward we have a jolly good sized double berth, anchor locker at the back as you'll see from my still photographs, and there's windows. You'll also see from the still photographs that there are light fittings as well. So this is a really decent sized double berth. The middle part does come out if you so wish, so you can make it a twin berth. A little clock there. So all in all, a good little boat for an active couple or small family. She really does have a very good interior design.